Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. It's very good to have you here. In this video we are going to have a look at the VE injection pump regulator. The pressure regulator in a VE injection pump is a component that controls the fuel pressure produced by the internal feed pump. If you see right there, this is the outlet side of the feed pump and that is the inlet side. Fuel will be pressurized and pressurized fuel will exit the feed pump through here, and that is directed to the regulator. Regulator is located right here. So by simply sitting at the outlet of the feed pump, it will regulate the output of the feed pump and also regulating in another way, regulating the entire pressure of the internal pressure of the entire feed pump. Instead of just limiting the maximum pressure to a fixed value, it performs a dynamic balancing act. It will adjust the fuel pressure based on engine speed. This will ensure high pressure part of the pump gets constant fuel supply. This right here is the regulator. And if you look at the construction, there is a spring-loaded valve. There is a spring-loaded piston. If you see right there, there is a piston. It is a spring-loaded. And one key feature is when the spring pushes the piston closed, this inlet to the regulator and these outlet holes, they are not connected. There are outlet holes right here, and this is the inlet. When spring is forcing the piston down, when spring is forcing the piston to close, there is no connection between this inlet and this outlet. Now the idea is, when the fuel pressure is strong enough to overcome the spring tension and push the piston off its seat, fuel can come in this way and exit through these holes. And these holes, they are directing fuel to the suction side of the injection pump feed pump. So when fuel pressure increases, the piston opens and redirects some fuel to the inlet side. This is how it is done. Fuel from the outlet of the feed pump is directed to the regulator through this passage. The pressure of this fuel pushes against a spring-loaded piston. There is a spring. I don't know if it is visible. There is a spring. You see that spring? And if you watch from this side, there is a piston sitting right there. As the engine speed increases and the feed pump output increases, the fuel pressure pushes this piston. It will push it back. It will compress this spring, and then this movement will open a bypass port, allowing excess fuel to be directed out from these tiny holes. See these tiny holes? And it will be recirculated back to the inlet side of the feed pump. Fuel that is generated right here will be redirected. If you see there is a groove right there, it will redirect it to the inlet. Inlet is going this way on the inner side. Inlet is going down this way, and there is a cross drilling that will allow fuel from the regulator to be recirculated back to the inlet side. But the balance between the spring tension and the fuel pressure determines how much fuel is bypassed. Look, there is also one key feature right here. If you see right here, there is an opening. This opening will allow fuel to be admitted to the spring chamber as well. So if fuel is admitted to the spring chamber, the piston is being acted by not only the spring, but also the fuel pressure. So the force that is pushing the piston is not always the same. It varies with the fuel pressure that is introduced into this chamber. So this is how the regulator maintains a steady and controlled fuel pressure for the higher pressure plunger. So the balance between the spring tension and the fuel pressure determines how much fuel is bypassed. Some of the output from the feed pump will be directed to this cavity, assisting the spring to force the piston. So as engine RPM increases, the assist for the spring will also increase. Why? Because some of the fuel from the outlet is being introduced to this chamber, to the spring chamber through this drilling. That will allow the force acting on the piston to increase as the engine speed increases. What will that result in? The output of the feed pump will increase. So VE pressure regulator is not like an oil regulator that has a maximum pressure. The maximum pressure is not fixed value. Rather, the pressure by which this regulator operates depends on the engine RPM. Let's say when engine RPM is 1000 RPM, if this piston opens at, let's say, 3 bar, for example. Now, when the engine RPM becomes 3000, the piston will be opened at higher than, let's say, for example, at 1000 RPM, let's say the internal pressure of the feed pump is, let's say, it is 1 bar. Just an example, it's an arbitrary number. Let's say it is 1 bar. When the engine speed increases to 3000 RPM, the pressure at which the piston opens will shift from 1 bar to, let's say, 2.5 bar. How? Because the output of the feed pump is supplied to the spring chamber. It is pushing against the valve, it is pushing against the piston together with the spring. So opening the piston will now require higher force than the previous 1 bar. So as engine speed increases, the force that is coming to this cavity, to the spring chamber by the fuel pressure will increase, making the piston more difficult to open, increasing the opening pressure of the piston. So that is why the feed pump's internal pressure will be increasing with engine speed. It's a linear increment. When engine speed is low, internal pressure is low. When engine speed is high, internal pressure will be high. So it is not like a fixed quantity. It is not like always maintaining it at 2 bar or 3 bar. It will be varying with engine speed, but that combination is always the same. If it is 1 bar at 1000 RPM, it will always remain 1 bar at 1000 RPM. If it is 2 bar at 2000 RPM, it will always maintain that 2 bar at 2000 RPM. So that is the duty of this regulator. Now, what will that benefit? That will benefit the automatic timer of this VE injection pump to operate based on the engine speed. There is a cold start twist on some engines with this type of regulator. There is a cold start device, solenoid, sometimes known as a KSB solenoid, cold start device. Its job is to override the pressure regulator to improve cold starting and warm up. Now, if the internal pressure is increased, timing will be advanced. That is how the automatic timer operates. The advanced mechanism advances more as pressure increases. Now, if you prevent the regulator from functioning, from regulating the internal pressure during a cold start, then the timer can automatically advance. That is the duty of the KSB solenoid on some engines. When the engine is cold, the KSB valve restricts fuel return line, artificially increasing the feed pressure of the feed pump. So the higher pressure can act on the pump's hydraulic timer, advancing the injection pump. Advanced timing helps a cold diesel engine to start more easily and run more smoothly until it reaches operating temperature. So on some vehicles, this is being assisted by the KSB solenoid so that we can have a good cold starting performance. Now, over time, the spring tension will weaken and that combination of speed and pressure will change. Like we said, if it is 1 bar at 1000 RPM, when the spring tension goes bad, as this pump wear out, now it will reduce. It could be 1000 in combination with 0.9 bar, for example. Now that will be a problem because advance will be affected, engine performance will somehow reduce. If that is the case, this can be adjusted. Now mechanics can simply tap the back. If the spring tension is weak, they can simply tap this back by some type of push rod and increase the spring tension, tapping it only. Some prefer to replace the entire pump regulator, but you can try tapping this, tap it a little so that you can increase the spring tension. As you tap, you are moving the spring seat to go in, increasing the spring tension. So tapping it a little from the back can sometimes improve the performance, but simply tapping it can sometimes increase the spring tension and increase the advance as well. So these are some of the things that you need to know when it comes to VE pump pressure regulator. Always remember, the VE pump internal regulator, when you replace them, there is an O-ring right here. Make sure it is functioning properly, and there is an O-ring right here. This has to be very good, otherwise it will not seal properly. And this chamber is where fuel is admitted to the spring chamber, and this chamber is where fuel from here will be returned to the suction side of the VE feed pump. So always make sure that you install it correctly, and always make sure that the seals are functioning properly. Otherwise, if the seal is bad, this will not be sealing and it will be not functioning properly. Well, that is all we have for you regarding the VE feed pump internal regulator, pressure regulator. If you find this video helpful and if you enjoy what has been presented, don't forget to smash the like button. If you are new to this channel, go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications so that you will be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.